Welcome. Settle into stillness for a moment. If you have been sitting with this series, you already know that each part asks something of you. Not effort, but openness. This part goes deeper into the nature of form, impermanence, and the love that holds everything together without needing to choose between anything. Let the words land where they land. It will not stay silent. The truth of what you are will keep calling for your attention until you stop resisting it and receive it as yourself. Trust the state where choosing dissolves into knowing, where multiplicity dissolves into wholeness, where separation dissolves into unity. As long as you remain in alignment with that ground, every decision you make carries truth. When you step away from it, even the most brilliant mental performance is hollow. Wherever you turn your gaze, let it unify rather than divide. Then the old belief in punishment loses its grip entirely. For between you and that which you are inseparable from, what else is there left to choose? You are here. Listen inward, to the space itself, to the trembling of air, to the shimmer of light. What is the world telling you about your own fullness right now? At what point do you and the world intersect, forming a reality that cannot actually be split in two? How do the leaves of trees communicate the life trembling through them? How does your soul weave itself into the pattern of unfolding events? How does the mind divide what is visible into mine and not mine? How do you locate your boundary in a space where infinity perpetually forms one indivisible whole? You love. But where does love end and where do you begin? How do you separate yourself from the experience of loving, as though love were something finished, something with a fixed shape inside you? How do you sense love's movement? How do you connect with it, as though dipping your awareness into an invisible ocean of bliss? How do you determine that you are loving now and not now? Which part of you poses the question, and in which part do you look for the answer? What does the rushing current of existence tell you about the mystery of life? What does the body offer you as evidence that you are here? Which of the trillions of cells generates the idea of unity between you and the body? How do you extract yourself, the experiencer of all emotions and sensations, from the boundless ocean of states? What does your inner condition reveal about your nature, and how do you know what is true in it and what is false? You exist. Is your presence not the very condition without which this moment cannot be? In this moment, everything from the fabric resting against your skin to the furthest stars is connected by threads you cannot see. Do not try to remove yourself from the equation of existence. Without you, there is no world. With you, the entire universe exists in perfect and eternal harmony. Look at the sun and ask yourself whether it is possible without your presence. In the world of spirit, what is truly real exists eternally. What is not real never appears at all. From eternity, a moment is born, and into eternity it returns. But what you call a moment is only a conceptual label for a portion of timelessness. From the ocean, a drop arises, but what you call the drop is only the ocean in a momentary form. From the tree, a seed emerges, but the seed and the tree are different forms of one being, separated by time and unified by nature. Gather the whole world around you without being seduced by the diversity of its forms, and you will arrive at the one in which all things converge. This is precisely what the Buddha pointed to beneath the Bodhi tree. All phenomena arise together. None of them stand alone. Listen to your breath. In it rests the secret of the eternal, a cycle of dissolution and renewal, rise and fall, expansion and contraction, merging, and release. Something that was foreign filled your body, and having transformed, was released again to nourish other forms and spaces. This is prana moving through you. This is the Dharma of breath. Nothing clung to, nothing refused. In Zen, they call this the gateless gate. You pass through it with every inhale and exhale. Do not grasp at what comes in abundance. It will arrive and it will depart. Is that such a loss if a new breath fills the form and returns to where it belongs? All forms are impermanent. The Buddha named this as the first mark of existence, anicca, impermanence. What changes is not worth your rigid attention or excessive gravity. Observe with a sense of play. Release with laughter. Everything changes except your essential nature. Your suffering is groundless and will dissolve like morning mist the moment you see it through eyes of genuine understanding. What you are so certain of, so deeply rooted in, so afraid to lose, it is no more than a temporary resting place for your soul. It is not your home. It is not your source. Everything you grip, from the grain of wheat to your own body, cannot give you even a fraction of the otherworldly joy you have forgotten and keep setting aside. Do not grant material objects authority over you, the way a creator does not make the creation the master of the creator. As long as something cannot awaken love in you, it will awaken only fear. And where fear goes, its entire entourage follows. Suffering, estrangement, despair, and disbelief. This is what the Buddha called dukkha, the pervasive unsatisfactoriness that arises when we seek permanence in what is impermanent. Why do you generate so much pain for yourself, when a single remembrance of your unity with the whole would dissolve it in that very instant? You are glad to be alive, but you know nothing about life as it actually is. What do you call life? A tiny fragment torn from eternity, linked in your imagination to the functioning of a body. That is the life you have placed on a pedestal. What you have named life is nothing more than a spark in the eternal radiance of the divine light that you are, with no limit to its extent. By dividing the world into life and death, you invented borders and came to believe in them absolutely. But how do you draw a border through the borderless? It is like inventing a boundary between an inhale and an exhale, then fearing the next breath as the death of the previous one. You named the infinite as finite, and in that mistake, you became afraid of your own conclusions. Name a table, a table. Name an apple, an apple. But do not give a false name to what your mind cannot fully contain. Leave all such terminology to the heart, which speaks the language of truth and recognizes no division. In the world of the eternal, there is no division into life and death. You stand beyond that entire cycle because you stand far beyond any idea about anything. Watching one form become another, you came to believe that form has significance, that its apparent duration of existence is somehow tied to you and your temporary stay in the material world. But you are far beyond matter. The forms you observe do not remain unchanged for even a single instant. Only your belief in the temporary existence of anything makes you a prisoner of your own misunderstanding. You have died and been reborn thousands of times while reading these words. You have died and re-emerged countless times within the body you call familiar since the moment you call birth. The Buddhist teaching on rebirth points not to a dramatic event, but to the constant arising and passing of the self in every moment. Were these micro-deaths painful? Were these rebirths burdensome? You are beyond all cycles, and the external world, which appears so vast, separate, and incomprehensible, does not compare to the unknowability that fills your essential nature, which arises from the source of all worlds. Do not let your passion for naming convince you that something departs and something else arrives. In the world of the One, there is no multiplicity. Therefore, every arrival and departure is itself the One. You cannot grasp this from deep within identification with forms, because form will always generate another form. This is the design of the divine mystery, what in Sanskrit is called Lila, the cosmic play. But when you step out of every entanglement with forms and rest in love for this ever-shifting picture of existence, which cannot freeze even for a moment, you will find peace within every state you encounter. Eternity is your nature, and in eternity, there is nothing but itself. So allow yourself eternity the way you allow breath, surrendering naturally to what happens without control, without extraordinary effort, without any belief to the contrary. You come into this world for one purpose only: to fill it with what is hidden from ordinary sight, to make tangible and visible through the dense and stubborn material world what exists beyond all dimensions and at the same time permeates everything that is. The Bodhisattva does not withdraw from the world. The Bodhisattva enters it fully, carrying the light of awareness into every corner of experience. You believe that action matters, its precision, its perfection, its uniqueness, but you do not find yourself in perfection. You find yourself in how your actions illuminate the soul of another and your own soul. Every action filled with the light of the heart is whole and remains in eternity. When you act from dry obligation and mechanical duty, are you truly alive in those moments? What you call life is luminous with the light of love. All that lives in love is life. All that lives in numbness is a kind of non-being. There is no other non-being for you, child of the divine, except the emptiness of the heart and the silence of the soul. And by your own choosing, you can step out of that non-being and never enter it again. A heart ignited by love blazes with its heavenly fire across the entire universe. You do not believe this, because physical eyes cannot perceive the totality of love's presence. But the moment you allow your heart to fill, all that is visible will be transformed. You will see love in everything, and everything will become its continuation. In Mahayana Buddhism, this is called the awakening of bodhicitta, the heart of enlightenment. It is not a sentimental feeling. It is the recognition that the well-being of all beings and your own well-being are not separate. When this recognition deepens, actions become true. You stop losing yourself in them. Your merit lies not in decorating your earthly stay with a list of important deeds. You are here to feel, to dive as sincerely as possible into what makes every moment alive. A single genuine moment of this is enough to begin opening in you like a blossom, taking root forever in your heart. And then actions become true, and you no longer lose yourself inside them. But do not confuse love, full, absolute, all-encompassing, with the desire to possess or receive. That is not love. That is the ego's feeble attempt to offer you a counterfeit, so you never experience transformation, so you never move beyond your boundaries, so you never merge with the whole universe in the healing ecstasy of unity. You will recognize true love unmistakably. It will be purposeless, undirected, without a vector. Like a tsunami, it will flood everything your hands touch and everything your mind perceives. Love is like light, which does not select its targets, does not assess worthiness or unworthiness. Remove the obstacles within yourself, and it will illuminate your entire world. Trust your strength, and it will grow. Only from your trust, from deep inner certainty, Is everything you see, feel, and experience born? No one but you can help you step onto the path of your magnitude. But the moment you step onto it, the whole world becomes your support. Every person becomes a helper, a friend, an angel on the road to your summit. The tiny step from disbelief to trust does not ask too much of you. You are not required to categorically abandon everything you have known. Simply add to your picture of the world a trust in something new, in your own divine origin. Your Father does not ask more of you than that. What do you truly know about the world and about yourself? What can you honestly say about the processes happening inside and outside you? Is the small fraction of knowledge you have really sufficient to convince yourself forever of your mortality and powerlessness? You are eternal, resting in the eternal. Should you fear the unknown when you yourself are the unknown? Should you fear mistakes when under the unwavering gaze of eternity, nothing becomes a mistake? You are entrusted with your whole being to the space of the perfect. So where in you is there room for defect? Wherever you go, you arrive. Release every anxiety. You walk the only path from which there is no turning aside. Let go of worry. Your worry gives you no advantage. It holds only the root of distrust. In total acceptance rests your strength. And even if you choose struggle, accept that struggle fully. Do not trade your quiet certainty for the feeling of being abandoned. In every one of your steps, the Father is fully present. It is not you walking the path of life alone. It is both of you. It is not you alone enduring the upheavals of life. It is both of you. You are not alone in your joy. You are two, and with you, the whole world. Who do you want to defend yourself from? In the world of the one, there is only the one. What darkness do you seek in others, when in the brightest light, there is not even a hint of shadow? To close yourself off is to believe you can be isolated, that you can split from the whole. You do not have that capacity, and if you allowed yourself to experience unity with it, you would rejoice in the discovery that all separation is illusion. This is the direct heart of the teaching on non-self, anatta. There is no separate self that needs protection, because there is no edge where you end and the rest begins. So abandon the futile attempt to diminish your own greatness. In your light, there are none of the chains with which you have bound yourself, and none of the sins you have convinced yourself of. Only the part of you that sees the world without division knows its own greatness, not the part that looks through the eyes of comparison and forces you to suffer for failing to meet conditions. Believe in the light of your primordial source, and you will yourself become light, because light can only give birth to light. What suffering compares to that of a child of the divine who believes in its dark and unworthy nature? How does such a child heal? Only the sparks of light noticed in one's own soul will lead you out of confusion. Whatever color you paint your belief, that is what you will become. No divine being can lose its nature, because what is essential cannot be removed. The path home is short, into the arms that were never closed to you, no matter what you have done. All glory belongs to the divine child who finds the way home. In this joyful return, there will be no trace of the bitter anticipations created by your belief in wrongdoing. Do not be small about this. Do not search for the divine presence only in specific places, in temples, or in the hearts of the enlightened. Do not seek it only in ancient texts and artifacts. See it in everything. Simply allow, as a thought, as an idea, as a possibility. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you taste, everything you breathe. It is all the one. Surround yourself with it totally. Every person you meet is it. Your parents, your friends, your employer, the dog in the yard. Everything is it. Every object, every table, every gadget. The cell, the molecule, the atom, the tree, the water, the air. Listen, look carefully, experience it. Learn to see without physical eyes. Learn to hear with the heart. Learn to observe life as a dream in which nothing is accidental and everything is saturated with the sacred presence of the great. Look into the eyes of people. Who is looking at you through those bodies? Who holds you with their arms? Who listens? Who leads? And one day you will erase all differences. You will see the one you lost by breaking it into parts. You will see the one you did not recognize, did not listen to. All the threads of existence will suddenly weave together into a single, indivisible fabric. And when that fabric, in its boundless infinity, opens before your eyes, you will begin to lose the boundary between yourself and the world that is the one. You will feel how organically you are woven into it, and you will find no obstacle between you. The way there is no boundary between a drop and the entire ocean. And then something astonishing will happen. The one and you will merge into a whole for which there are no words and no form sufficient to describe it. And then you will fall silent in stillness, because there will be no one left to convince of anything, no one to argue with, no one to judge. Everything is you, and every person you meet knows what you know, because that person is you. And every atom feels what you feel, because it is an extension of you. Every leaf, every living being, every tiny creature and grain of sand is your creation. And until you remember this, simply assume that the divine is everywhere. Bless the moment when you stepped from shadow into light. You have wandered in darkness for a very long time, and now you are finding truth. This knowledge does not unfold because of some merit you have earned. It was always within you. You were the one resisting truth, the one preventing yourself from seeing it. Now you are ready. Know this, child. The divine is within you. It never left you for a single moment and knows every thought you have ever had. The one you were seeking, who created worlds and beings, bodies and planets, is here. The power of that creator is your power. Take as your practice the habit of trusting yourself and your inner sense of things. In that trust lies the key to every mystery of existence. Whatever you have lived through, however many times you have felt lost in the flood of your own making, the shore is everywhere now. With only the intention of stepping onto solid ground, you will find it beneath your feet. Your sorrows will seem like a dream when, having drunk clean water and dried in warm sunlight, you look back at them and let them go with peace. Do not let a single thought about the past disturb you. Instead, settle into the certainty that the old storms have no more power over the one who has returned. Release yourself into freedom. Shatter the chains you placed on yourself. Your true greatness and your radiance are waiting there. All the knowledge of the divine is written on the tablets of your soul. Do not look for it anywhere else. I did not search for the sacred teaching. I was it from the beginning. And so are you. Your habit of turning away from yourself, of silencing the voice of truth, only deepened your belief in your own numbness. But the voice of truth cannot be silenced. What is created by the divine cannot be corrected away. What is divine forever. Doubts dissolve when truth appears undistorted. To try to give truth your own meaning is to miss it entirely. Let it teach you the one meaning it carries within itself. The ninth part continues where words can only point, into what is known not by thinking, but by being. Stay with us.